Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do some basic kicks. So let's focus on the roundhouse kick. So the roundhouse kick is called Dollyo Chagi in Korean. So let's practice it together. The way you create Dollyo Chagi is if you are facing your opponent but you're on the side. So you can figure out which leg would you like to use to do the kick. So you can use the front leg to do the Dollyo Chagi, or you can use the back kick to do the Dollyo Chagi. It's much more easier to perform the Dollyo Chagi with the front kick and do it quickly. If you want to use the back leg, it takes more effort and energy to turn and do the kick. So I suggest if you do the sparring against somebody, then just do the quick Dollyo Chagi. If you want to do a Dollyo Chagi, then you can use the top of your foot, or you can use the ball of your foot, depending on what you want to do. If you have a sparring match, I suggest you use the top of your foot to do the kick, but do not try to kick your opponent either with your ankle or with your toes, because it's going to get hurt. So I think you should just focus on the top of your feet. For now, let's just focus on this part of the feet and just try to kick with that. If you are at a competition or maybe at your band exam and you want to kick through some wooden boards or something like that, and you have to use the Dollyo Chagi, then I strongly suggest that you use the ball of your foot, because this part of your feet is not going to be strong enough to kick through anything like that. It's good if you just want to score a point in sparring, but it's not going to be strong enough to kick through the wooden boards. So if you have to kick through 1, 2, 3 or more wooden boards with the Dollyo Chagi, I suggest that you use the ball of your foot to do that. So the Dollyo Chagi can go into 3 sections. It can go into a low section, which is called negligence section. It's good if you kick somebody under the belt. So this is obviously not for sparring, but in real life situations, it's a very good kick. Just to kick your opponent in the knee, on the thighs, something like that. There is the counter section, which is the mid section. So you hit the opponent on the sides or on the front if you move out from a kick. Because it's a roundhouse kick, it goes to the side. If your opponent is turned in a way that you can kick the opponent in the chest. The Nopumde section, which is the head area. So you have to be very confident in the Dollyo Chagi if you want to kick it hard, but I'm sure you can do it. Okay, so how do we do the Dollyo Chagi? First, let's get into a comfortable position, which is going to be the ninja segi. Lift your leg up and move backward at the same time. I'm showing it to you with the side so you can see it. So, as you lift your leg up, you move a little bit back. Can you see it? So, if you use the front leg to do the Dollyo Chagi, you don't move forward, because that's not going to work. So, you move back and lift your leg up at the same time. So 1, 2, and now let's try to move back and lift your leg up at the same time. So just 1. Very good. It's like a wave. Very good. Let's do it again. Okay. This is the situation that we talked about, that if you want to do an up chagi, then you have to flex your foot, because you're going to do the up chagi facing your opponent, hips are squared, and you kick forward with the ball of your foot. But if you do the roundhouse kick, then you are not facing your opponent like this, you're facing your opponent from the side. When you lift your leg up, you don't turn your hips. Okay, that's only for the up chagi. So lift your leg up, and then you can figure out how do you want to hold your foot. So you can hold it like this, like in a pointy way, because you're going to use this part of the foot to kick. Or if you already know that you're gonna use the ball of your foot for the Dollyo Chagi, then you can lift it up like this. So now let's move forward and let's do a front Dollyo Chagi. So you're using our front leg to do the Dollyo. So move back, lift that leg up, and kick. When you do the Dollyo Chagi, you have to move your hips to the side to get enough energy to do the kick. So lift your leg up, kick, come back. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you want to do a really quick Dollyo Chagi, then you just lift it up and do a kick. But don't forget to move the standing leg to be in a 90-degree position when you do this kick. It's going to be easier for your hips. So you can kick the Dollyo Chagi, you lift it up and just kick it like that. But that's not a Dollyo Chagi. What you have to do is turn and do a kick. So when you turn your standing leg, you have to lift your heel up and just move your feet on the ball of the foot, okay? So lift it up, turn, put it down, okay? So let's do it slowly. So you're getting ready, lift it up, turn, see? Do a kick and go back. Now this whole movement goes on very quickly, but let's do it together slowly and then we can do it quickly, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Very good. If you want to do it quickly, this is how it looks. You have to move the standing leg and turn your hips to do the kick. It's going to be much more easier and much more effective if you do it like this. Okay, so let's do it. So 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. Doing it like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Very good. Other side, left leg. 1, 2. Very good. 2. Just doing count that section. So midsection kicks. Okay? 2. 2. 2. Okay, now that we know how to perform a front roundhouse kick, let's try to do a back leg roundhouse kick. It is very good if you have to kick through some wooden boards or you have to perform like a really strong kick, because using your back leg as a kicking leg is going to be stronger, obviously, than using the front leg. So, as we practiced it before, if you do the front leg with the Dollyo Chagi, you are moving a little bit back and lift up the leg. But when you use the back leg, you have to move forward. So it's moving forward to do the kick. So move forward and perform the kick. And how do we move forward? Well, it's going to be similar than to perform an up chagi with the back leg. So you move your hips, and as you're moving your hips, you're lifting your leg up, and here you are not facing your opponent is here, but you're facing sort of a 45-degree angle. And then when you turn your whole body as well as the standing leg. So the standing leg turns and lift up your heel when you do this, and as you're lifting your heel up, move the foot forward. So you're standing basically on the sole of your feet, but when you perform the kick, you lift up the heel a little bit, not too much, not like this obviously, but just a little bit, so you can move forward on the ball of your foot. So as you move forward, just this, okay? So turn your hips, and with that, turn your back leg, get ready to pull it up and bring it to your chest, preferably as high as possible. So pull it up, and as you're pulling it up, you're already turning, and if you're in a 90-degree position here, you can do the kick. Okay, let's do the other side so you can see it. You're in a ninja sagi stance, and you start turning your hips, start lifting up your leg, and as you're lifting your leg up, the standing leg is going to turn to lift your foot up, you lift your heels especially, and you turn on the ball of your foot towards your opponent, okay? So this is a moving technique forward. 1, turn your hips, lift your leg up, turn your standing foot, and perform a kick, okay? So this is how it looks. 1, 2, 3. Very good. And when you do it quickly, this is how it looks. So let's do it together, slowly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3. Very good. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Again. 1, 2, 3. You can do this whole movement at the same time. So as you are moving forward, you're already moving the standing foot, so it would be in a better position. This is when you actually want to know what type of kick you're performing. So if somebody is holding wooden blocks here, and you know this is the target, your body should already know that if here's the target, then I just should go ahead and kick it. When you're sparring, sometimes you have to modify the kick. So you cannot be sure that if you perform a back leg Dollyo Chagi, then the opponent is not going to move away and you just waste a lot of energy on the kick. So if you're aiming against the wooden board, of course, you have to be accurate. So if somebody's holding the wooden board here, you know that this is going to be the target. So if you're here, then you just have to kick here. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel. See you later.